LeBron had to go through hell to get to where he is.
Down in the projects, in those hard times, you see everything.
He struggled with homelessness.
Is it true you had nowhere to sleep?
In Akron? Yeah.
An absent father.
There were guys who he grew up with who were killed. His father was killed.
Getting banned from his high school basketball team.
After he was ruled ineligible Friday, means James' high school career is over.
This is how LeBron went from homeless to billions.
Started off in my hometown of Akron, Ohio. Come from a single-parent household. My mother, Gloria James, was 16 years old when she had me.
Your mom raised you pretty much by herself. Was a teenage mother, unmarried. First of all, do you know your biological father's whereabouts?
Never met my father. So right then and there, I already knew it was going to be some type of struggle.
Only 2 days after LeBron was born, his dad walked out forever, leaving him and his mom alone in the hoods of Akron.
You know, you definitely see things that, as a young age, that you don't never want your kids to see.
From crackheads, to drug dealers, to gunshots every night, to police sirens.
There were guys who he grew up with who were killed. His father was killed.
By 8 years old, LeBron came face to face with the streets, because after his grandma passed away, LeBron and Gloria couldn't afford the family home and were evicted, leaving him homeless.
We didn't have any definite place to reside at. We didn't know if we was gonna have somewhere to sleep the following night.
I never complained, never. We're already going through tough times. It doesn't make it any better if I'm complaining. Mother said it was time to go. Packed my little book bag and it was time to roll.
He didn't have a normal childhood. I mean, hell, he done lived in some of the worst projects in town.
And when LeBron was only 10, his mom cracked under the pressure. She stopped caring for LeBron, leaving him completely alone while she went out partying. It even got to the point where she stopped taking him to school. So LeBron was forced to live with a family friend who just so happened to be a basketball coach. And it was during this time that LeBron found exactly what he needed.
You move along to when I start playing sports. My hometown, I feel like, was the shield around me.
Anybody that's close to LeBron knows that basketball court becomes his sanctuary.
The thing that I had on the court that I didn't have off the court was security. Because every day we went to the gym, I knew I'm going to get picked. We're going to win basketball games or we're going to win pickup games.
He blocks everything out, every bad situation.
I've always said it's home away from home for me.
When he's on that court, that's when he's actually at peace and at ease.
And with this mentality, LeBron quickly became great at basketball when suddenly he got a call.
I knew a very good player, and his name happened to be LeBron James.
He let us know we were going to be traveling across the United States to play the game of basketball, which at that point I was starting to get a love for.
And that love really paid off, because by the time LeBron reached high school, he was the #1 prospect in the world.
There's James with a follow. There's James. Look at the pass! Here comes James leading the Irish out. They were down big early, but there's another no-look feed. That's what we're talking about, instinct. Stolen by Brandon Weems. He's the truth.
It seemed like it was only a matter of time before he would make it to the NBA, but one freak accident nearly ruined it all. See, in 2002, during an AAU game in Chicago, LeBron went up for a dunk and got undercut by another player, sending him straight to the ground and landing on his back, leaving everyone in the gym shook, because the greatest prospect ever was rushed off in an ambulance. LeBron could have lost his chance of securing the bag and getting his mom off the streets for good. Now luckily, all LeBron had was a broken wrist, and he was back to playing a few weeks later. But this moment taught LeBron that, in a split second, your whole livelihood can be ripped away. So you'd think LeBron would be playing it safe from here on out, but no, because in his senior year, even though the kid had no money and his mom was living in the hood, he went out and bought a brand new Hummer worth $50,000. And that pissed everyone off, because they were all asking the same question. How could a kid afford that? So people started speculating that LeBron was breaking the rules by accepting money and endorsements as a high school athlete.
LeBron James isn't living a life of luxury yet, but his luxury SUV may turn his life upside down.
Oh, of course, they need to investigate about it. They need to, because he ain't supposed to be having no Hummer, no.
If I had a vehicle like that and I was 17 years old, I'd expect them to investigate me too.
A gift or something more? It's the $50,000 question here, and many are waiting for an answer.
I mean, this kid was homeless just a few years ago, and now he's buying a Hummer in high school. It was a bit sketchy, but honestly, LeBron LeBron got even more reckless, because just a few weeks later, he got himself banned from his high school team. See, in February 2003, LeBron visited a memorabilia shop in Cleveland, and the owner offered him a deal. He'd give LeBron 2 replica jerseys if he took a photo in the shop and hung it on the wall. And without thinking much of it, LeBron took the photo and got the jerseys. Well, it turns out that high school athletes can't accept gifts. And when LeBron's school found out, they immediately banned him from ever playing again. Yeah, $825 worth of jerseys almost ruined LeBron's career. But after 2 months of protesting, and even getting NBA players like Shaq to back him up, LeBron was unbanned and allowed to play again. But he stayed living on the edge, because that same year, he said no to tens of millions of dollars. See, just a month before the draft, LeBron was in a meeting with Reebok when they offered him a $100 million contract. That is enough money to never go homeless again. But not only that, if he wasn't ready to sign the deal, they gave him a separate check of $10 million as long as he promised to not meet with Nike or Adidas. But instead of taking it, LeBron did something crazy.
He wrote you a $10 million check in that room, and you turned it down. What was that thinking? Do you remember what you were thinking and why you did it?
Right, I mean, for some odd reason, I started thinking, like, if he's willing to give me a $10 million check right now, what is it to say that Nike or Adidas is not willing to give me 20 or 30, up front?
He told Reebok, no deal, and flew back to the projects of Akron with no money in his pockets. But not long after, LeBron negotiated his very first shoe deal with the sneaker king, Nike. A 7-year, $87 million contract. The guy took less money just to be with Nike. Yeah, he believed in them, because he thought they would help him achieve his goal of becoming a billionaire. But little did LeBron know, that dream would force him to betray the people he loved most. It was June 26, 2003, NBA Draft Day. This was the moment LeBron waited his entire life for, and the team with the first pick just so happened to be the Cleveland Cavaliers, his hometown team. And 5 minutes into the draft, it happened. LeBron was selected first overall by the Cavs, signing a $13 million rookie contract. And the man was on top of the world. And over the next few years, he went on a tear, averaging 27.8 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists, winning MVP and putting Cleveland on the map for the first time since the 80s. But LeBron balled out off the court too, buying jewelry, clothes, cars, and by his 7th year in the NBA, had made over $78 million. But there was one thing that money couldn't buy, an NBA championship, and it was eating LeBron alive. Because year after year, his Cavs kept falling short of the title, and with LeBron being the face of the team, people started pointing the finger at him, saying, what if we were wrong about the chosen one?
I feel the same way. I mean, I have no plans. You want to continue to win throughout the postseason. I mean, that's what I geared myself towards, and I mean, it is what it is. A friend of mine told me today after the game that I guess you have to go through a lot of nightmares before you finally, accomplish your dream, and that's what's going on.
The future was looking dark for LeBron, and if he wanted to one day build an empire or even become a billionaire, he'd have to win first. So behind the scenes, he came up with a plan that just might win him a ring, but would also end up starting a war that would change LeBron's legacy forever. And we'll be covering that and a whole lot more. But first, we gotta talk about DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA and the sponsor of this video. See, with the NBA season right around the corner, DraftKings wants to take your basketball experience to the next level, because they're offering you an exciting new way to get in on the action right now. All you gotta do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, sign up using my promo code REBOUND200, place a bet worth $5, and boom, a huge boost of fun right into your DraftKings account, because you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Yeah, you heard that right, $200 in bonus bets, giving customers a shot to score on game day. You could spend it on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. And if you're already signed up for DraftKings, no worries. All customers can get a no-sweat same-game parlay if your bet doesn't hit, which means you'll get a bonus bet back even if you lose. Max reward limits apply. So what are you doing? Get your head in the game and sign up today. And don't forget to use promo code REBOUND200. Yeah, it's really that easy. Again, that's promo code REBOUND200. And of course, a big thank you to DraftKings. But look, we gotta talk about LeBron's plan to win a ring. Cause on July 8th, 2010, it was time for him to finally reveal what he had been planning.
In this fall, I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach and joined the Miami Heat.
In that moment, LeBron became the villain, leaving his hometown to team up with 2 Hall of Famers in Miami, so nobody despised LeBron more than Cavs fans. And from that day on, the kid from Akron was now the most hated man in the city.
People burning your jersey on TV.
Right.
What does that turn you into?
It basically turned me into somebody I wasn't. Now you have to be the villain, and I started to buy into it. I started to play or at a mind state that I've never played at before, meaning angry. And that's mentally, and that's not the way I play the game of basketball.
Everywhere LeBron looked, there was someone preying on his downfall. But it got even worse just a few months later, when Lester Stovall, a lawyer from D.C., tried to say that he was LeBron's dad and dropped a $4 million lawsuit on him.
You're suing LeBron and his mom to prove that you're the dad, but you're asking for millions of dollars. You took a DNA test, right? You took a paternity test, and it came back and said 0% chance of paternity, but you're not trusting the results?
No, I'm not, unfortunately. I don't think that the test was designed to be tamper-proof, as it should have been under the circumstances.
Now look, the case ended up getting thrown out, but I'm just trying to explain to y'all that LeBron was going through it. His hometown hated him, he still had no ring, and for the 2011 season, the man had to take a $15 million pay cut so he could be on the Heat just for a chance at winning a ring. Nothing was certain, and if it went wrong, LeBron would go down as one of the biggest clowns in NBA history. It was June 12th, 2012, Game 1 of the NBA Finals, Heat vs. Thunder, and the entire world was watching, waiting to see who would get their first ring, LeBron or Kevin Durant. And from the jump, it looked like LeBron was in trouble, because the Thunder came out and took Game 1, leaving Heat fans shook. But LeBron was determined, so he put his head down and went to work, winning the next 3 games in a row. All Miami needed was one more win.
This is one of the biggest nights in LeBron James' career. After 2 disappointing trips to the finals, can he lead his team to a title and forever be known as a champion?
It's the last time I'm looking at all y'all in your eyes. And y'all not champions.
First, James drives right at Ibaka. Kevin get a foul. Harden back on James. Quick spin, drive right at Perkins and backs it in. Stolen by Chalmers. Back to LeBron James. Lays it in. James again drives inside. Ibaka stays with him and he still puts it in. Play on. James drives, kicks it out. Battier for 3. Again. Wade throws it to James down the lane. Layup, banks it in. And Miami has a 19-point lead.
What an offensive explosion. LeBron James with a triple-double.
After 5 games, LeBron finally did it. He won his very first NBA championship. It felt like his entire career was leading up to this moment.
A celebration in full swing here at the American Airlines Arena. Well, this finally put an end to all the criticism. In today's world, perhaps not, but even anybody that's ever rooted against him, and you love the game of basketball, you've got to respect and admire what LeBron James brings to the court every time he steps on the floor. A remarkable talent at both ends of the floor, and one of the most unselfish stars the league has ever seen.
And the very next year, he won his 2nd ring in a row. But now that he had his championships, there was an even bigger problem on his hands. Because by this point, he had the fame, the glory, but he lost all his respect. And before he could focus on making big money, he had some unfinished business. So, on July 11th, 2014, LeBron announced he was returning to Cleveland with one goal: to win the city their very first NBA championship.
There's people that came to me and said, LeBron, you gotta do what makes you happy. And I was like, yeah, I think so. And also, I'ma do what makes my city and my state happy, and that's why I came back. I love you. I'm back.
But in his first year back, LeBron made it all the way to the finals, only to be eliminated by the Golden State Warriors. It was crushing, but they didn't let it shake them, so the Cavs ran it back another year, got all the way back to the finals again, only to face the Warriors again. And man, 4 games in, it was looking rough. LeBron's Cavs were down 3-1 when, out of nowhere, LeBron did the unthinkable.
Fakes, James drives, James finishes, and the foul. Steps back, he tries another 3. That's good, LeBron James from downtown. James against Rush, leans in, trying to draw the foul, got him up, count it, and 1. 40 points for LeBron James. What a road victory for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're saying this is the biggest game in franchise history. Chased by LeBron James, hooked away from behind, then releases, and Curry has to back off as James throws it down. Pass inside, stolen by Irving. Throws it ahead to Smith. Smith, alley-oop to James! Wow! It's bedlam here in Cleveland. Curry blocked by James! And there's the buzzer. Game 7, Sunday night in Oakland. Oracle Arena is alive and roaring as we get set for Game 7. Curry helps out. Smith, pass right through the hands of Curry. James! A two-handed slam. Curry drives again, left-handed, blocked by James. Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions. Cleveland's long sports nightmare has ended. The drought is over. And the emotions for LeBron James, who delivers on his promise to come home and bring a championship to his beloved hometown.
Cleveland! This is for you! Oh!
LeBron made a promise to his hometown and delivered. And that's why in 2018, LeBron left on good terms with the Cavs. But his sights were set on achieving his greatest accomplishment yet, becoming the first active player to become a billionaire. At the age of 34, with 3 rings in his pocket, LeBron packed his bags and flew to LA, where he signed with the Lakers. And while basketball was still LeBron's priority, he was only $300 million away from becoming a billionaire. I mean, how could you blame him? And with his 3 lifelong friends and business partners around him, LeBron was able to make his most genius moves yet. Like with his agent, Rich Paul, he was able to land the biggest contract in NBA history at the time. 4 years, $154 million. Or with Maverick Carter, who LeBron started his own film company with, and is already valued at over $725 million, producing movies like Space Jam 2. And finally, Randy Mims, who helped LeBron land a lifetime sneaker contract with Nike worth $1 billion. Together, they helped LeBron do what, as a kid, he could have never imagined. And on June 2nd, 2022, it was official. The kid from Akron, who didn't know where his next meal was coming from, or where he'd even sleep, was now a billionaire.
You know, growing up in a small town of Akron, Ohio, as a underprivileged, single-parent household, only child, you feel that you're never going to make it out. You feel like the statistics are built up against you. You feel like the system is built against you to not succeed. You feel like there's no way that you're ever going to have an opportunity for your dreams to become a reality. I didn't allow those moments to deter me from my dreams. I had dreams every day of playing in the NBA. You know, I had dreams of being able one day to be able to throw no-look passes like Magic Johnson, to be able to shoot fadeaways like Michael Jordan, to be able to, you know, have a crossover like Allen Iverson, to be able to have a afro and jump, you know, in a dunk contest like Kobe Bryant. I always felt it was my job and my responsibility to come out and play the game at a high level and be as great as I can be, because there is a kid in the inner city somewhere that's looking for inspiration and that's gonna need it and maybe get it from me. So